I guess when I hear veteran, that's when I kind of hobble up to the podium. It was good to see you and Arjen kind of have that little interaction about, yeah, we met, but we don't know where we are. It makes me feel I'm not the only one who never realizes in which country he is. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here again. I have been at all the ones here in Amsterdam and a couple of the others. And so it's really hard to kind of keep the pitch fresh and go back, and I'll try to tell the same thing, which I guess is the same thing you face when you go visit investor over and over again. So I want to kind of flip it a little bit on its head and say, I really think this is a super interesting time to be starting a company in tech and investing in technology. Because on the one hand, there's all these things by now we consider old news, like the mobile revolution, the cloud explosion, fintech kind of being taken over by startups. And we think on the one hand it's old news, but if you look at it, still every year a lot of companies are born in these sectors that are taking the world by storm and really changing things, like our portfolio company Wallapop, which is now in the US kind of probably finally toppling Craigslist. A company here in Holland like Elastic that's kind of really taking the world by storm. So it's unbelievable what is possible there, especially with the infrastructure of app stores. And at the same time, real new frontiers are starting, like machine learning, where from self-driving cars to a phone that talks back to you, which I'm not sure I'm so happy about, is taking the world by storm, but also your car as the new iPhone. And yes, you know, a lot of people work on kind of self-driving systems, which might be a really big technology challenge, but just how do you interact? How do you make your apps kind of relevant for that platform? It's super interesting. So with all of that going on, I wanted to kind of briefly summarize what I think is important for you to look for in an investor and kind of try to benchmark ourselves against it. I think, therefore, one, it's really important if you have someone with deep understanding of your business and of your vertical. It's no longer financial types can walk in and help you with financial engineering and grow your company. It really is understanding these sectors. So we study a lot of them kind of day in, day out. I myself have a background in physics and started an AI company 17 years ago when it wasn't very cool yet. The second thing is, I think you want a trusted partner. It was great what Victor was saying about transparency and the battle scars that you had. I would love to, when I'm back in Amsterdam, have a beer with you and talk about my own battle scars, pitching to 104 VCs and being screwed left and right. And we were originally Norwegian, so I'd be super happy to kind of help you up in the ecosystem there. Then I think it is important to have a patient investor that understands that the road from here to success is not a linear one, but goes through a lot of struggle, and that some of the biggest companies and the ones we now think of straight successes have had their real periods of struggle, and that you have a board member that can help think you through. Then I think it is important, especially if you're a big ambitious company, that you have an investor that can help you globally and really help you expand. We ourselves have offices in 4 countries, including in New York, and most of our companies have kind of made the step from Europe to the US, and now an increasing degree also to Asia. And then I think it is important for you to have an investor with deep pockets that can come on board early on, but can help you expand and can help you grow over time. And then I think the final point is that's really important is someone who understands the balance between rolling up their sleeves and being there in the trenches with you, but not believe that they should step in or have the judgment or know more than you do when you're day-to-day kind of involved. So the healthy balance between being accessible and being there for you, opening up networks, challenging you with strategic questions, but not kind of try to step in and just because they have experience do that. So Northzone as a fund, we have been around for 20 years. We've been lucky to be involved in big successes from the year we started, when we were lucky enough to invest in lastminute.com, which was the first $1 billion exit in Europe, to more recent stuff, like where we were the first investor in Spotify. Most of our partners are former entrepreneurs. We are Scandies, which means we try to be direct, transparent, let you know quickly what we think, both if it's good and if it's bad. We have a big international network, and our time is up. I'd be excited to talk to you later.